Hi, everybody. It is a great day in the land of comeback champions at the Comeback Champions Summit. I am the Jacqueline Jeter, founder of Grow, Lead, and Prosper, a company that focuses on transformational growth personally, professionally, and spiritually. I'm an international author, speaker, trainer, and coach, and I'm also a JMT or John Maxwell Team certified coach, trainer, and speaker. And in addition to that, I have a day job or career as a development scientist. But we're not here to talk about me today. We're here because I am very, very passionate about growth. And today, I'm going to share with you 4 pillars or a sneak peek of the 4 pillars that are tried and true in my life and in others who I've coached that will help you grow in any aspect of your life. Yes, I did say any aspect. So lean in and let's get going. I have a personal quote, and it is called, "Growth happens within way before it's evidence without." Now, allow me to give you a peek into that, what I mean. One day, I got that familiar tug, that transition was coming. It's happened to me before, and usually when I have that tug, it happens like in my career, and it happened before, and I moved from one group to another at work. That always happened that way. And every time I got that feeling, it was a growth spurt twinge, so to speak. And then came the opportunities. And so in this particular situation, opportunities came, but for some reason, they just didn't pan out. I mean, I was showing up, I was giving my best, and it was always that, what I call the bougie but. However, we're going to do this. However, we started to do this. However, we decided to go with whomever. And so then came an opportunity that I knew was mine. Out of the blue, it was mine, because a smart idea I had years prior was the basis for creating this group. I was so sure in this that myself and my manager already started the transition and backfilling my work to make me, help me move into the other group. So I had the interviews, I crushed them. And in the interviews, they gave you 3 problems to solve. One that was kind of old, one that was kind of medium, a few years old, and one that was a new problem. And I felt I crushed those too. Actually, I did, because that's what they told me. So fast forward to this. And like I said, I was confident about things. Now, let me share with you a quote my father had. I'm really big on quotes because they help me with my growth and they help me with keeping things in mind that I need to do. A quote my father used to say was, one day I heard him talking to someone, and you weren't in the room with adults where they're having an adult conversation, but I was notorious for eavesdropping. So in my eavesdropping time, I heard him say this: "Do you have 15 years of experience, or do you have 1 year of experience you've been doing for 15 years? Let that sink in for a moment. Because today we're talking about the growth factor. Do you have 15 years of experience, or do you have 1 year of experience you've been doing for 15 years? This dovetails in what I call the ACIS or ACIS growth factor: awareness, consistency, intentionality, and strategy. Now back to the story about that job. Yeah, I didn't get it. Why? Well, I was told this: you did a great job at solving that old problem, and you offered some really key points on the newest issues that we had. But Jane, and that was her name, provided more recent solutions and up-to-date strategies for those, and so we're going to go with her. But thank you. We look forward to working with you to solve that old problem." My mind went back to that quote. Do I have 15 years of experience, or 1 year of experience I've been doing for 15 years? You see, I thought I was growing because I was moving and I was actually climbing the ladder in corporate America. But when I thought about it, I really wasn't growing. And why was I not growing? I wasn't aware. You see, that goes straight into the first pillar of the growth factor. It was erected at that time. Awareness. Awareness is that knowing that you need to grow or you need to change in some area. So knowing the need that you need to grow, awareness. Now, I know I'm not by myself. I know that you have had some areas where you're like, I didn't know that about myself. I didn't know that piece. And once you become aware, it kind of fuels you and gets you moving to make changes in that area, right? So a lot of times we're not really aware we need to grow. But when we do become aware, we need to have something in place. And so as you see, I'm just like you. You're not by yourself. We're all in this together. And I know you're saying, I like learning things, but learning is not the same as growth. Allow me to offer this personal quote. Learning sustains you for a moment, but growth sustains you for a lifetime. So the C of the ACIS factor, of the growth factor, is consistency. And it can also couple with commitment. And consistency is staying true and staying steady. You know, slow and steady wins the race. Think about a turtle. They're very consistent in their movements, but they get to their end spot, right? And they're committed as well. Let me fast forward to another time that dovetails and shows you even more about this growth factor that I know those 4 pillars are key and are applicable in any area. This is not from 20 years ago. This was just a few years ago, 6 or so years ago. I was in a position where, again, I am at the same company. I was there for over half my life. And it was a buzz about reorganizations. And so that didn't really bother me a lot because I'd been through 2 mergers and 3 reorganizations in our group. And here I was still standing. I was not really concerned about that because it happened all the time. It's corporate America. It happens all the time. And so what happened was they had this buzz about these reorganizations. Here I was climbing the corporate ladder, still in that same space, but still feeling that twinge that some transitions were coming. And with one quick announcement, me and 2,000 of my colleagues were gifted back to the other side of our badge access. No job. To say I was numb and fearful is an understatement. And then to add pressure to that, I had people coming to me asking me to help them in their strategy. I'm like, I don't have a strategy for myself right now. But they had seen my consistency. They had seen the commitment, and they knew that I could help them. How? For just showing up. So when you're growing, one key thing of the growth factor is you got to show up. You got to be consistent. You got to have that commitment to showing up. And that's the other pillar was erected. So now we have awareness, we have consistency and commitment. And what I learned in this space, because I know I'm not alone in transitions. Before COVID, there were a lot of transitions. If you've been in corporate America, and if you own your own business, there are transitions all around us. Whether you're transitioning out of a relationship, whether you're transitioning into a relationship, whether you're getting a new boss, or whether you're becoming a new boss, there are transitions all around us. And these 4 pillars will help with any transition. How do I know that? It's tried and true in my life. I was the first partaker, and it's been tried and true in all the women's lives who I've helped. So here we are on the other side, and life has shown up. So what are you going to do? How am I going to respond? I could allow the fear that was tugging at my heart to stop me, or I could shake it off and say, guess what? I'm going to move forward in fear because now I'm aware I need to grow based on that other situation. Yes, I've been at this company for over half my life, and now I got to look for a new job. I was climbing the ladder, and now I'm back on the bottom rung. All those things were going through my head, but I knew I was aware. So being aware helped me to be able to position myself to be in the best role and the best next I could be. My next could be in the clinical space I was in, clinical pharmacology I was in, or could be in a different space in coaching. And it actually ended up being both places. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a space, and I kind of already know the answer to this because I know you have, or you wouldn't be at this summit. You wouldn't be labeling yourself as a comeback champion. Have you ever been in a space where you had to start over? I'm literally starting over when I'm thinking I have 2 years before I can technically retire. That's a hard space to be in. But again, I use ACIS again. And that I is intentionality and that S is strategy. Now, I only have a few minutes and I can't go into these in detail, but I hope that you will continue to tap in to me and make sure you link with me so we can finish this conversation. Because what I want you to walk away with in this is that you too can apply ACS to your life, no matter what it is. Whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to start a new role, whether you're trying to come out of a role, it's all about how you frame and structure your life, how you frame and structure your next, right? So, yes, I was fearful, but let me leave you with this. The part that I want you to understand is this. Fearlessness is really about growth, because there's never a time where you're not feeling fear or nervousness. There's never a time where that's not happening. If it is, I would question what was going on. Fearlessness and action are key to your growth. When I say that fearlessness is really about growth, growth takes you out of that comfort zone. And when you're out of your comfort zone, it's fearful because you don't know what's coming next. It's the unknown, right? And so what I mean by that is you just have to drag fear with you anyway. You tell fear, look, I know you're going to be here, but instead of you being in the forefront, you're going to be in the back seat or maybe even the trunk of the car, because I'm not going to let you stop me, because I've got to, now that I'm aware I need to grow, I have to be consistent in my growth, and I have to be intentional in my growth and get this strategy pillar for my growth going forward so I can succeed. I'd love to share so much more with you about this, but like I said before, I don't have a lot of time here. But if you want to continue this conversation, and I hope that you do, you now have a choice. You can embrace the methodology that I'm sharing with you, or you can do absolutely nothing. You can stay in that space, in that paralytic space where you are, and not grow. But I want to give you this graphic example. Stagnant water stinks and is full of disease. So when we don't grow, we're like that stagnant water. We're full of dis-ease. We're not moving in our purpose. We're not moving where we're supposed to be. And we're not moving and adding impact to the spheres for which we were called. So I suggest that you decide today that you will not only grow your business or grow in your role in the company you're at, but you'll stop and you'll say, wait, I need to grow me. I need to turn those hands of growth back to myself. Now that I'm aware I need to grow somewhere, I'm committed and I'm going to be consistent in that. I'm going to do it with intentionality, and I am going to have a key strategy with that. And that's where the growth factor, as I said before, is essential to our growth, no matter what it is, no matter where it is. And again, you have a choice, and I hope that you make the choice to link with me through Facebook at Grow, Lead, and Prosper Network. Make sure you answer the questions, the 3 questions that we ask when you come into the group. It's just 3 of them. They're not needed for essays. Just answer those 3 questions. And so we can join together so we can continue to move forward in this comeback champion mentality, because a champion never stops growing. A key thing for a champion is they learn. They're aware where they need to bob and weave if they're in the ring. They're aware where they need to shave off time if they're a runner. Look at Serena. She's aware where she needs to put a shot or not put a shot, or use a backhand or a forehand. That's why she is the champion she is today. She's had some downsets. So have we. But guess what? She's come back, and guess what? We have too. Thank you for linking with me in this Comeback Champion Summit. I'm so excited to link with you. Again, link with me at Grow, Lead, and Prosper Network on Facebook, so we can continue this growth and we continue to win and be the champions, to show up and be the champions that we are. Because remember, there's no setback unless you stop. But we're not going to stop, because we are comeback champions. Thanks again. I'm Jacqueline Jeter, and thank you for allowing me to share with you the ACIS growth factor: awareness, consistency and commitment, intentionality, and strategy. I hope to see you soon. Bye.